Hey guys, Coding Wizard here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can make your very own per user custom business listing using a front-end editing form instead of using the ACF WordPress backend editing system. So here we have a very simple template which I've built on HTML Bootstrap. And after this, we're going to be building the form step by step by converting the HTML fields into ACF PHP fields. So here we can see on the back, the front end, we have an editing form, contact, languages, services, amenities, location. A nice little Google map and a submit button. Now mind that this is not styled. You can style this however you want. Any of the files, any of the links that you need will be in the description and onto my GitHub repository. So let's get straight into it. Now to get started, we want to head over to the plugins. So we'll take a look at the plugins that I have currently running. I have Advanced Custom Fields Pro, Advanced Custom Fields Extended Pro, Classic Editor, Frontend Admin, and Ultimate Member. So reason why I'm using Ultimate Member is because I want to use a profiling system that already exists. Will give the user more functionalities. You can use a different plugin if you wish, but for this video, I'm going to use Ultimate Member. So now, first of all, we want to start creating the fields. I'm going to go on Frontend Admin, Forms, click Add New, and I'm just going to select Type Frontend Form. Hit publish. All right, so this form, I'll just call it custom business listing. The field type. What I like to do is I like to follow the design when I'm making my fields. So it's just easier for me in the back to find it. So for this one, I'll do contact details. Inside contact details, we're going to have everything that's on this first upper level. And then language is going to be its own tab. Service is going to be its own, amenities, and location. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tabs. So let's go ahead and add in this one. We're going to make it a tab. And what's that? Location. Well, we don't confuse anyone here. Let's just open this template up. I'll rename this, find this to location. Good, so now we have our custom business listing form prepared. Now inside the custom tab, we're going to go ahead and add a field label for. Now, we can do something here. We can pull the user first name and last name directly from this WordPress field, first name, last name. But for the sake of this video and make it easier, we'll just make them custom fields, right? So for this one, we can do first name. I think that would look a bit better. Now, something that I like to do is, because I'm working in an environment with multiple developers, what we like to do is really just add a little abbreviation next to the field. And so for this one, for example, the field name, I'll probably do something like this. And just to make sure that there's no conflicts later on, if someone's putting their codes in and, it doesn't, just make sure that it's all unique fields. So we'll just do that. It's good practice, really. You don't have to, but okay, so that's one. This tab, languages tab, we're going to make a repeater in there, right? So languages, make this one a repeater. We're going to rename this after because we don't want the customer to see language repeater. So we're going to switch that over. Or what I can do is, you know what? Actually, okay, let's just do it now. Do language list. All right, so it's a list. Inside language list, we're going to have a text field. So that's going to be language. And inside the repeater, this doesn't matter. It can just stay language. There's no conflict there when it's inside a repeater usually. So services will do the same thing. We'll do do apologize for the typos. I just got this new keyboard and this setup going on here. And location, the last field, to Google Maps. All right, so now we have all our front-end fields ready. I'm just going to click up update. Oh, it keeps doing that. All right, so now we have that. Let's go ahead and so here's the thing. If you want to do you can do a normal page and drop the shortcode here. Or if you want to be doing a custom edit listing page where you're gonna have like custom designs on it, maybe multiple tabs or whatever it is you're trying to achieve, you'll want to make this on a custom template. But for the sake of this example, we're just going to use the default WordPress page here. So we're going to name this edit custom listing. Okay, so you can see all my front end fields here. Now, contact, languages, services, amenities, location. Right, so we see the Google map appearing here on the back office. This won't work yet. So let's go ahead and again, you can style these fields. All these fields can be styled. It's a bit tricky. You'll have to inspect the element and, look at the values here, or simply you go into the back office. It's similar to ACF Pro. You just go down here and, sorry, not this one. Let's say on email field, you can add a width, or you can add the class and an ID and style your fields accordingly on the edit listing page. Now what we're going to do is we are going to link these fields. But before we go ahead and do that, I want to show you something. So in Ultimate Member, you have a default profile page. Okay, so this listing page is not connected to Ultimate Member at the moment. So in order to do the connection, it's a bit tricky, but it's very, very easy. All you got to do is, so let's go ahead and visit the settings page for Ultimate Member. And inside the settings page, you'll see the appearance tab, and profile default template will be empty at the moment. It's just default. So in order to show a different template here, and if you want to learn how to do it yourself, you can visit the Ultimate Member documentation. The link's going to be in the description. So anyways, let's go ahead and visit our template here. Okay, so we want this to go from a simple template on the folder into a Ultimate Member profile. So according to the documentation, what you got to do is you got to make a child folder inside your template. So I'm using a child theme here. I'm going to go ahead and do a new folder. Now I'll have to do ultimate -member. And inside this folder, you'll make a secondary folder called template. Now here we'll make a new file. We'll call it. The default templating for Ultimate Member is usually called Profile1. So let's go ahead and just name this Profile1.php. Take the template that we just copied from custom profile template.php into this one. And now it's not going to work just yet. In WordPress, you have to use template name to display the template in the edit page setting. You'll remove this template name. You'll remove just the name and just rename this to profile 1, for example. I'm going to put this on the server. Done. Now if we refresh the page, we should see profile 1 here. Okay, great. We can ignore the one which is here, user page and set listing, because this is our new user page, which is profile 1. Now we'll refresh the pages here. And we have a page here which I renamed to listing. So listing is now, you can see the URL is /listing/admin, admin, which is my user ID. Now let's go ahead and start connecting these fields because we are now in work in progress. So I'm going to open up my edit listing page. So edit custom listing. So just to put some test stuff here. So let's go ahead and do. So I forgot about something here. Okay, so I need to add an update button, obviously, so I can save my changes. So I'm going to go ahead here and add a submit button. And leave it as submit, save changes. So here's a trick you guys can use. Currently the submit button is appearing on the last tab on location. I want it to appear on every tab. So in order to do that, all you gotta do is come here. You see where you've added the submit button. We'll add in a tab here, just an empty tab, nothing there. And drag that tab right over here. Hit the save changes. And if I refresh this page, the update button should be. Okay, so there we go. Contact, languages, services, amenities, location. We all have the submit button now. And you see these lines down here, you can take this out with CSS, just edit the custom CSS out. One thing I would advise is if you are using a page template like we are now, once you get to your CSS that you're doing, just do something like page ID or page template, whichever template you're using. Okay, so let's go ahead and add in the details. Let's go again. Hit submit. All good. All these have been added. For the website, I'm actually going to change this field to change it to a URL field. Change it to a website field. Okay. All right. Now let's add in the languages. So I'll do arrow, language 1, I have English. You can also, if you're not aware, language list inside leave maximum rows. So if you don't want someone to select more than a certain amount, so as you notice, I have 5 of each here. So you can do something like maximum 5 rows. Right? So the same thing goes for services list, 5 rows, amenities list, 5 rows. Right. So if you don't want people breaking it, I have no idea why it's doing this every time, to be honest. All right, guys, sorry about that. I don't know what was going on with my browser. I had to change a couple of settings. So now it's just saving properly. So I'm just going to go ahead and refresh this page, add row, maximum rows reach 5 rows. So I don't want people to break my design. I want it to say fixed at 5 on all of them. So let's go ahead and add services. Amenities. And location, we'll just use the default location that we're using here. We'll just drop this in. That's it. Okay, so we've filled up everything. So now let's go ahead and connect these fields. Okay, since we are using Ultimate Member, we want to define a couple of values, which we're going to be using across the whole template. Right, so first we want to get the user ID, the current user ID, and the owner of the profile page, right? So it's similar to WordPress, but it has a little abbreviation at the start. So we can do, so we'll open up PHP here and make this clean. User ID equals profile ID. Again, if you need any of these, you can just open up Ultimate Profiles documentation to find these things. So now we get the profile ID. We want to get the user information. We get the metadata here, ID. Okay. So we've got user ID, get user data. Now, first things first, we forgot to add a profile image. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and change that. So let's get rid of this here. This alt. We're going to define our photo first. So we'll do PHP profile photo equals get field. Up there, we already defined it. So we're just going to do user. Up. And inside the source, we'll echo what we just defined already. So we'll do PHP echo. see, we want to do this for the alt. Just copy this, drop it in there, and rename this to LT alt. All right, so that's going to be for the profile picture. And now down here, we'll be doing for the contact details. So now, like as I said before, we can use the WordPress default backend fields. We can get the first name by defining the field and simply just doing a PHP echo. If you define it for the WordPress, you can do echo first name, obviously by defining it. You would go here and simply do something like first name equals user info. I believe it's first name. And then this would basically just pull the default WordPress name that you put at the back. But as I said before, for the example of this video, we are not going to be using this one. Okay, we're going to be using something different. We're just going to be using the standard fields that ACF provides us. So I'm going to go ahead and fill all of these out, fast forward the video. I'll do the repeaters, I'll do all that. If you don't know how to make a repeater, you can check out one of my videos, which I talk about how making a repeater out of an accordion. It's the same principle, just inside of an accordion. So if you want to check these out and then come back. I just quickly had to change the field because it was website, which would be pulling the website from here. I don't want that. I'm using the fields provided to me, so I'm just changing that. Also realize that the field here, the label is wrong, so it has to be profile photo. Just tiny little things. And I also didn't put a bio. Go ahead and add a bio here. Do is the editor and drop it right under. Okay, so now I have the bio, and shortly I'm gonna do the repeater fields. So let's go ahead and test these fields out for the moment, make sure everything's working fine and displaying. So let's go ahead and refresh. Okay, don't panic, it's okay. I think it's because I didn't configure my business listing page yet. So custom business listing on the front end admin has to be connected to user. Right now it's saved field to post. We want to set it to user. All right, so we do that. Let's check out actions. Everything's okay. We look at the page permissions. Good. Post. Yep. Good. Now if I hit on save, if I refresh this page, it should show. Should have shown. Check what I'm doing wrong here, possibly. Okay, so because I changed the post type, now I gotta fill these things back in again. So I'm just gonna do it really quickly, fast forward this video and get back to you guys in just a moment. And I'm back, guys. I've been spending ages to see the issue, and it's just this stupid little typo here, user date instead of user data. So updating this should hopefully just fix this issue I'm having here. And here we go. We have our details are showing, contact details, coding wizard, all my details I've entered is appearing here. Let's go ahead and clean this up and add on to the profile picture. Let's drop in a profile picture. And there we have our profile picture. We have our test text. And now I'm just going to go ahead and add in the repeaters. Test this out. English. There we go. Our repeater is working perfectly. I'm going to copy and paste this for the services and amenities and just make this a little bit faster. Okay, so far so good. And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and add the Google Maps into this. If you need the Google JS code, it's also on my GitHub. As you can see on profile assets, we'll go on JS. We have googlemap.js. You can find this on Google as well, but if you want, you can just get it from my Git. So as you can see here, I have included it as well here for my assets on my header. So I'm going to go down here and swap all of this out. You can also get this code from my template. I'm not going to go through it. Just copy and paste it if you like. You go on Google and you type in ACF map. You should get the code here on how to use it. Very helpful. All you gotta do is I'm just gonna copy this bit here because I don't need the rest. Go ahead and paste this here. Just like that. That should make it work. You can make data zoom to 18 or tune it to however you like it. Refresh, it should work. So I believe there's some CSS issues with this, so we'll just do the width to 100%. Right, we can do 350 pixels. Oh, there we go. There's a map. Position, we'll just put it on position of relative. And an overflow hidden. Okay, so we have our map here. I'll take the CSS and I'll drop it into, just drop it here. You can drop it into your style sheet, but I'm just going to drop it here. Refresh. And there's the map. And that's how easy it is, guys, to make a custom listing page for your customers to use. Yes, there has been some bumps along the way, maybe little typos, things that I haven't looked at very thoroughly first before submitting. But this is how easy it is. And look, if you guys need any help, drop a comment below and I'll try to reply as soon as possible. Otherwise, send me an email on to hello@codingwizard.co.uk so I can see how I can help you further. And as usual, hit the subscribe button and like this video so I can release more videos like this. All the links that you will require will be in the description, as well as my GitHub repository. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys again next time on the next video.